analog games for language learning. Do you even know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about physical games, card games, board games, tabletop games, things we can actually touch, feel in our hands, activate our senses, and commune with other people around the table. A lot of people may think I'm crazy. They may say, Matt, you spend so much time designing card games, but the world's moving ahead. There's apps now. You can develop your own app. You can take advantage of AI. You can take advantage of virtual reality or augmented reality. This is the way things are going. To be honest, I'm a little bit concerned about that. It doesn't really get me going in the same way as traditional games do, because I grew up playing card games and board games with my family and friends, and I know what it means for human relationships. I know what it means for building community and feeling deeply fulfilled. Like, it's like having a meal as opposed to all these light little superficial snacks that all the digital devices entice us and addict us into devouring minute after minute after minute. So in today's video, I want to talk to you about why analog games matter in general, but also for language learning, which you know is a big part of this channel. So I do think playing analog games, again, in physical presence of other people at a table is the best. Next best would be playing a card game or a board game online where you're in a video call with other people. So you can see them, you can hear them, and you're live. That would be the next best thing. And then everything that comes after that is a distraction, I think, because you can't really commune with people. You can't really get to know them on a deeper level. Now, why is this true? And why does this matter? Reason number one, when you spend dedicated time in the live presence of other people, that signals to your brain, that registers deeply in your brain that these people are truly important and they truly matter and they're truly your friends and you're deepening the relationship. So it's a biological thing. If you're not spending dedicated time with people that you've set aside and you're just exchanging an email every so often or just texting them or just liking their post, I mean, it's hard for your brain to know that really matters. And maybe some of you know this. I know this for sure as I've tried to build up my social media platforms and I've connected with other people who are trying to build their social media platforms. It's really hard to turn that relationship where we support each other's posts into a real life friendship. Real life friendships need real life time together. IRL, that in real life time is needed. Number two, I think that analog games, they tend to be slower paced. They tend to allow time for discussion, learning, and communing. They, I think about back into my teenage years when we used to have these game nights with my cousin, my brother, other young people in the neighborhood. These game nights used to go on for hours. People would do their turn. Sometimes they would step away from the table, go get a snack, make their drink. They would still hear the conversation, participate in the conversation, come back to the table. It was a center for communing. Okay, again, I'm using that word a lot, but I don't know. I need to get out the thesaurus. But something about that slower pace, like we're going to have this time together to share conversation and go deeper, is what matters, is what makes the relationships more authentic and deep. I find a lot of what's going on with online games, video games, computer games, apps, AI, it all feels too frenetic, too distracted, and I have trouble truly meeting the person in a heart-to-heart way and building up that common culture. Common culture is my third point. I spent so much time gaming in different ways with my friends and family when I was younger that it created this well of a shared culture which we have been able to refer back to forevermore. So, creating that common culture, like you have inside jokes, or you can convey so much with just a look or just a single word to that friend, to that family member. A single look or a single word could drag out that whole game that you play together, and you know what you mean all at once. That's what I mean common culture is. You can tap back into that moment that when you're playing the game that's so vivid in your memories. It's like firing the mirror neurons between each of you. You have this tacit understanding. It's like shared memory, shared DNA. It's very intimate. That is different with analog games. If you play analog games, you know what I mean. I think a lot of people are missing this now in their daily lives. 2024, everybody's online, on social media, with the illusion of connection, but actually feeling isolated. And the last point I want to share is that with the analog games, you're much less likely to be giving in to other distractions. Usually, people tend to put away their devices. Not always. I mean, sometimes gamers at the table will be a little bit pissed off if someone's on their phone and say, hey, put that away, you know. But generally, people are like, okay, we're going to play this game now. It's easier to not be distracted. It's less stimulating. Devices, video games, and apps tend to be overstimulating. You got this light shining in your eyes, you got all these sound effects and notifications going off. Perhaps other messages are trying to cut in while you're playing. So it's less stimulating, and there's no screens. Hey, all that screen time, it's really bad for your eyes, and it overstimulates the brain to the point where it's hard to sleep at night. If you play a game night for hours, it's not going to interrupt your sleep in that same way. It's not going to be firing up your eyes and brain with all that blue light. So this is why I'm dedicated to making physical card games, because I know what it meant to me in my youth, and I want to keep that going forward. I want to pay that forward to young people nowadays who are lost in this digital era as digital natives. I want to keep this idea going for my own children. I'm fully expecting to play these games with my daughter Elisa and my little son Ray, and I can't wait to do that. So if you want to check out some of my physical games, I think they're great. Not only for learning foreign language, but you can just play them to practice your own native language. And if you're thinking, well, I don't really need to practice my language. Yes, you do. Yes, you can. It's really fun. When you learn new words and new concepts, it is mind expanding in any language. So I have physical games at languagecardgames.com. I have printable games, which are much more affordable. You can download them instantly, print them out, cut them out. And if, for whatever reason, you don't have people in your physical environment that you can play with, which again I think is best, try to cultivate that if you don't have that. But if you don't have that, you can play with us online. That's the next best thing. And online gaming has its advantages because you can meet people from all over the world who you possibly couldn't meet otherwise. So it will enrich you in that way. You can learn about other people's culture, straight from the horse's mouth. So we're having free online games every Saturday in different languages. You're welcome to check out our schedule and sign up right on the homepage of languagecardgames.com. Thank you so much for listening to this video today and for watching. And let's vote for a return to those things that made traditional analog gaming so great, namely restoring our humanity and our authentic human relationships and friendships. I'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye for now.